Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Tier 1 event in MRC live from Baku. We've just finished watching the Tier 2 race, which was full of excitement, full of drama, and only 7 finishers at the end. So now we come to our lead Tier 1 drivers. Hopefully there will be just as much excitement, yet more finishers tonight. Joining me is my fellow Tier 2 compadre. It is Andrew. Good evening.
Hey Mark, how's things?
Not too bad. A little bit annoyed, but hey ho. We, for those who didn't manage to see the stream, Andrew and I unfortunately had a few incidents and we didn't manage to finish our races. We were 2 of the non-finishers. However, we will let bygones be bygones. We will move on and we will focus on this. We have got next week to come as well for ourselves to redeem it. But, as we say, the focus now is firmly on these Tier 1 drivers. A few drivers already out on track as well. So let's have a look. We've got a few people on mediums and a lot of people starting on the soft straight away as well.
Which is a complete contrast to our session.
It is, yes, it is. But we will see how they get on. Obviously, we've seen a very interesting, very exciting championship so far. Very close between J Sarge and O'Fatch. So J Sarge is on an outlap. He is on the soft tyres, but we're on board with Reese in the McLaren. And we'll see where he is. We've got a few drivers a bit further up at the moment.
A couple of the Astons.
I think that is Ballboy coming out of the last corner. I think he is the first one. Did Reese clip the wall there, I think? Just the yellow flag there?
It's very easy to do around this place, isn't it?
It is. You just kiss a little bit of the curb, and unfortunately that can send you into a wall. But we're going to ride on board with Ballboy as he starts his lap. Keeps well over to the right-hand side. That is the ideal racing line into turn 1. Not the quickest to the line. We will see him change. But there we are, into turn 1. Keeps it nice and neat. We're going to ride on board, get the first lap on the board, so we're going to go into turn 2, misses that inside curb, gets the car straight, keeps it in third to minimise that wheel spin. And again, we've got the second DRS. That'll be wide open now. As we can see, looking back, DRS wide open. Heavy braking into turn 3. Again, keeps away from that curb, misses the apex a little bit, but it's not going to hurt him too much. Heavy into turn 4, very awkward corner. And gets again up into third, minimise that wheel spin, gets the drive out. Turn 5, turn 6, again another little tricky chicane as it tightens and drops down another gear. And then here we come, starting into the old part of the circuit, the castle section. Getting into third, keeps that wheel spin. Here we go, into the castle section. Just keeps away from that wall on the inside. This is very easy to lock up and run wide. Doesn't do that. Now gets power down, very fast part of the section of this now, flat out. And heavy braking in again into this very awkward left-hand turn. Keeps away from that curve on the inside, which we've seen many people, unfortunately, will catapult you into the wall. Coming into what we're calling the last corner. It isn't the last corner on the track, but we will call it for all intents and purposes. Keeps well away again, gets a good drive out. Here we go, into the left, and then the following right-hander keeps the foot planted. And now we're going to come up as a straight run to the line. DRS will open shortly. There we are. DRS wide open. He's going to take middle of the track, take a little bit shorter run to the line, and opens up with a 1:41.2.
Strong opening salvo.
It is.
His teammate MTO is pitting, lap invalidated, so he's the next car.
Reese is back out, so he'll have pitted after his rear wing as a G-Star goes on 1:41.7. And we've got Joni ninth. Wow, already into the 1:39s, folks. We were close with Tier 2. We had a feeling that the Tier 1s would get there, and already we're into those 1:39s. That's a stunning lap from Joni.
That's a mic drop.
We're going to go on with a few of the new gentlemen. We've got Bradbury here, Jay Bradbury. He's in the Williams tonight. And, of course, we're all aware in the Formula 1 community of the really sad passing of Sir Frank Williams, legend of Formula 1, and of course former Williams owner, team principal. But, yeah, very sad day for Formula 1.
He will be missed.
Yeah, he will. He will, as Bradbury on the mediums has a 40.7 on those medium tyres. That is a fantastic lap. Great lap there. Jay Sarge pops in a 140.3. He's half a second down currently. It's only P2. Let's see.
It's an interesting track, this place, isn't it? It's a bit of a compromise, isn't it? Do you go for a bit more of the straight line speed, or do you want to go for more with the cornering?
Exactly. Yeah, you're right with that. Yeah, you can set the lower wings, but suffer through the first part. The middle part, I should say, of the lap, and then you're right. And then it'll be a sucker down the straights if you go for the higher downforce.
Bit of damage for the Williams. Not toughest for in plate.
We'll come back to that. We're on board with iFishers in the Mercedes. Spotting and clips the wall, goes very deep in that. I was about to say, actually spotting a very Lewis Hamilton-esque helmet from 2017, 2018. That's a really nice looking helmet, that. I've tried with them all. I'm doing a more modern version, but
he's keeping the rainbow helmet from the next race, from what I read today as well.
He is, yeah. He's just like to take the stance on local, should we say, the economy and troubles, and is taking a stance with the rainbow helmet for that troubled region of the world. So, which is nice to see. I think it's nice that F1 drivers do have that platform to kind of put make the world aware of other issues in other parts of the world, and it's nice that he's doing that.
There's another driver that springs to mind as well. One of the Aston drivers.
Yes, yeah, they do. Yeah, very much so.
Let's see what iFishers does.
He's left the session. Well, he was on a lap and he's just left the session there, so I'm not sure what's happened with that.
Car pitted him. The AI pitted his car.
Did. He was on a decent lap by the looks of it, but now we're back on with Chris Bailey, one of our another new drivers in the Alpine. He's on an out lap.
Sporting the George Russell helmet, I believe.
He is, yes.
I swapped my helmet around because Carl mentioned tonight for the tried to go for a little bit more of the old Rothmans liveries from the mid-90s.
Oh, nice.
Myself tried to get it there, but I couldn't really get it spot on. But we'll see.
Yeah. Well, so we're going to stick on board with Chris on his first flying lap in the MRC. We've already had Bradbury with a 40.7. So it's nice to see what Chris can do.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Not a
channel. Yeah, if he can channel it in. Oh, gets very sideways into turn 3, I think that is. Still keeps it going. He'll have lost a little bit of time there. Fishers is back in with us, thank goodness.
Decent first sector. Yeah. You don't want to clip that outside curve on the left-hand side going through that S, otherwise you will start losing a bit of time.
Yeah, you will, but he's keeping well. Oh, it takes a very nice line on that right-hander into that. You can use that curve quite well. It's tricky to do, but very nice and quite rewarding if you do it, as Chris has just done. Keeps it nice and neat as well through the cast section. Big kick of oversteer again. Oh, it's fishtailing all over. Fishtailing, that's ruined his lap. That's so unfortunate. He was looking really strong and really neat. Luckily no damage, so if he's got enough fuel, could go again. I mean, the tyre wear around here we've seen is so high. We're going to jump down to Nick BT. He hasn't set a lap time yet in the Alpha Tauri. He's on the medium tyres.
I will keep an eye. I'll keep an eye on Jay Sarge quickly for a minute, and Jay Bradbury as well, because they're quite close on track together at the minute.
Yeah, they're starting the second. Runs as fast, puts a 39.2. Wow, what a lap time!
Are we getting to the 38 sooner rather than later?
Yeah, it could be a big possibility. Big possibility. What a fantastic lap time! That's throwing the gauntlet down for Jay Sarge. Obviously, titleship contenders. So Nick's maybe gearing up this lap. He can do 2 laps on those mediums, and they will go for that. We'll see what he does on this lap. See how he gets on if he's going for the second run.
Nah.
He's bailed on it this time round. No, you did invalidate his first lap time, so
I think he has again.
that's easy to do outside of turn 1 though.
Yeah, it is.
So back on board with iFishers. He unfortunately had that little glitch that left the session, but he's back on it now, on those soft tyres. On an out lap now, but he's looking to keep ahead. Is he looking to keep ahead of the Haas? I don't know if the Haas is on a fast lap or not. But no, he's backing off now, the Haas, so he was iFishers.
Ooh, who's the AlphaTauri in front of Jay Bradbury? Purple first sector for him.
I will see if that pop up soon, but we're going to ride with Fishers, get his lap on the board.
Fellow Mercedes driver for yourself.
I'm not being biased.
How much did Toto slip onto the table for you?
Then I'll be buying a nice new AMG though.
Half a second up for Jay Sarge. Purple again for Bradbury. This could be very close between these two.
Yeah, we're going to go to Jay Sarge. We're going to cut to him now. He's looking to finish his lap.
He's getting the
Half a second up. This could jump him up a place. See how his last sector went. Goes at 1:39.7. Takes our second spot from Ugoni. Pole for Bradbury. There we are. We said you called it the 1:38, and there we are. Bradbury at 1:38.8. What a stunning lap that is from Jay Bradbury. That's incredible. What a fantastic lap. He is really going to be happy with that one. And I think our championship leader and Fatch for that matter, top two in the championship, separated by 14 points, I should say. Sorry. They're going to be looking at that and thinking, wow.
That's a way to introduce yourself.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
You're just looking, I can imagine just Jay Sarge and Fatch looking at this and just going, who the heck is this guy?
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty to. Yeah, we're still only halfway through the championship as well, and this could really throw the cat amongst the pigeons in terms of the championship standings and really throw things up now. Joni as well, I mean, he's third in the championship, a little bit way back. He's currently in fourth, so he's looking for a strong outing. Fisher just finished the lap in the 1:39.9, so at least he'll be happy to get that one on the board now.
P5, yeah.
There's a few drivers in the pits. There is time for one more go at this. So Thatcher's left the pits.
Yeah, another reserve to Max Bailey's on an out lap as well. Oh, Thatcher doesn't look he's waiting around.
Done his lap on those tyres, so
he's on an out lap again.
Yeah, looks like, I think he's coming in this time. He is. He's kept well to the left, and that's him boxing. So he has got enough time to get back out. But now we're going to go with currently second place, so Fachi's on an out lap.
Yep, that's the one I'm looking at now. Coming around first through the S's. He's got the Alfa Romeo behind him.
Yeah, a couple of tenths could, 2 tenths could really jump you up. We're looking from MTO, who's just popped into 7th. Ballboy in 8th, both on a 140.4. Nick BT in a 140.6. Don't forget they're on the medium tyres as well. Fox River 8. He's there on a 140.7, 4 thousandths ahead of Reese Whitcomb. That's the fight for the top 10. And then our very own Night Shadow is currently in 12th on a 140.8. So again, even Slayer on a 141.0. These guys can really, a couple of tenths will really jump them up the order. They might want to be making a move soon though. There's only a little bit of time left.
For the third longest lap of the calendar, as it was pointed out in the commentary in Tier 2, that's quite a close delta for a long track like this.
It is, you're right.
So interesting as well, BT, if he gets through on those mediums to the top 10.
Yeah, it's definitely the preferential strategy, I would say. But as we've already seen, anything can happen. Oh, as Fatch goes very wide into turn 1, keeps it out of the wall just Hopefully he hasn't invalidated his lap time, but that is going to cost him a huge chunk of time.
Momentum is going to be wrecked a bit.
Yeah, well. And the problem we're going to have with that is he's going to be pushing even harder to gain that lost time. He'll see it on his own delta if he's up or not. We will see it coming through the end of the first sector, which he's coming to shortly. There we are. Ah, he's up, but only just 0.05 of a second as he tries to close that gap to Bradbury. It was on provisional pole as it stands. Takes that nice line again into the castle section. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, it's thread the needle corner, isn't it? You just got to close your eyes, use the force, and pray a little bit.
You do, and it's sacrificing. You got to. I feel personally. I mean, these guys obviously higher quality than myself. Always say that, but they just. It's for me. It's a compromise between breaking that little bit earlier, and they've been able to do that, carry that momentum, or do you break a bit later and take it a bit slower and steadier? And he's gone wide. Didn't invalidate his lap time though, but he is a 10th up on his previous time or fatch as he comes through the final, well, we call it 2 corners if you will, flat out as his run towards the line. As now the Slayer is retired from the session.
Down the motorway he goes.
There's that run to the line. He's going to keep it to the middle of the track. He goes a bit further right. He does 1-2, so he's on a 39-1. Now we're going to jump back to Jay Sarge. He's on an outlap.
Ofax clipped the wall just as he came out the corner.
Right, but now he's got Jay Sarge. The big gap, 6/10 gap back to Jay Sarge. He's going to feel that pressure, but he's going to be on it. We know how good Sarge is. We know how focused. Joni pops it up into 3rd place with a great lap, 1:39.6. This is getting tight at the top between these guys. Obviously, current championship. We're not going to take it away from Bradbury, though, not in any way, shape, or form. What a fantastic lap he's done. But at the moment, these guys are fighting at the top end of the championship, and this is all important. Jay Sarge, 0.05 of a second up. He has got a little bit of traffic ahead, but that Izzo Thatch has moved out the way for him well in time. That won't have hurt Sarge, and he keeps that nice, takes that nice line again through the castle. Doesn't do a Charles Leclerc, keeps it well out the wall. That's the bit of understeer off the with the camber that you can get. And now powers down.
I'm having a quick look at Bradbury as well, and he's going even quicker.
Oh wow, we're gonna watch Jay Sarge finish his lap, and then we'll cut back to him. But Jay Sarge coming through the center. He's half a second up, and now he's just invalidated his lap. Oh, 1:38.3. You said he was going quicker. Wow. Oh, Jay Sargent's well. It was half a second up and just invalidated his lap coming out of the left towards the main straight. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself for that. That is so unfortunate. Bails into the pits.
I've just read one of the comments on the stream.
Yeah, seen it now.
Grimo. Nice Star Wars reference. We appreciate it.
We do, and congratulations as well on your podium tonight. That was a fantastic race from you, buddy. So congratulations. Yeah, well deserved. As well, shout to the top 3 of the Tier 2, and Gaga again extending his championship lead. So well deserved. Great race from 18th on the grid.
Reese popped up to P5 on his last run.
He has. Good lap from Reese. G-Star across the line, stays 8th with that one. There's Boy, he's quit on his lap. Let's have a look. The only other people is Nick. Now he is nearly 3/10 up on his lap. This could send him into the top 10. Coming out through, powering towards the DRS zone and then towards the start-finish line.
Tower is flying.
He's on it. He takes the shortest run to the line. 1:40.3. Just shy of Boy. By 1/100th of a second, 1/1500th to be exact. Stayed 11th with that, and that, with Boy not on a lap, means that Bradbury, with a 1:38.3, takes pole position, with O'Fatch in 2nd place. Ujoni is 3rd, Sarge takes 4th, Reese Wickham in 5th, Fish is in 6th, MTO in 7th, G-Star takes 8th, Kid Dynamite in 9th, 10th for Bald Boy. They will all start on the soft tyres, and then all the drivers below: Nick BT, Stringy B, Fox River 8, Ollie Racing, Night Shadow, Gene Genie, The Slayer, Chris Bailey, Wumax, and Jalmeda. They will start on tyre of their choice. What a lap time. There was some fantastic laps there.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning lap that was.
It's going to gear up to be an interesting race.
And is it rather fitting that he's done it in a Williams as well?
Wow, yeah, good point. Very, very good point.
Oh dear.
I think he's made us all sit up and take notice as Bradbury with that one. New to the league and straight to the top of the time screens. A little bit of a glitch, we're stuck on a second for the countdown timer.
Everyone's still out on track by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think everyone's finished their runs though, so it will change.
Codemasters and their wonderful programming.
Oh yes, but some lovely glitches in the course of this season so far. Updates all the time though, so they will nail it eventually. Interesting bit of traffic on track there. Now being McLaren of Reese and a Mercedes.
Just check the Discord. I think an old teammate of ours has been listening to our conversation.
I think he has. You're right.
Yeah.
Who is that guy? Well, this guy is debuted tonight and takes pole position. What a fantastic lap by 0.8 of a second. Orfaci Johnny J. Sarge just didn't have an answer this time round. But as we've already seen tonight, anything can happen in the race. And it usually does. It usually does. So no penalties as well to speak of. So it's very clean. Sometimes we do get a little bit coming through. Any random collisions, but luckily nothing tonight. And we will start very soon for Monday night's main event. So before we start the formation lap, as the drivers just are setting up their strategies for the race, and the drivers outside the top 10 will set up their tyres. One thing we've talked about in between the commentators, just out of a mark of respect, we will have a minute silence, but we'll make it a silent formation lap out of respect for Sir Frank Williams, who, as we've mentioned at the top of the show, sadly passed away today. I would say pioneer of the sport and just a fantastic gentleman, and you know he will be missed. Absolute legend that he was for Formula One and the Williams. So hope you'll join us and just take this time as we'll have a silent formation lap for Sir Frank Williams. So formation lap of respect there for Sir Frank Williams. And now the drivers lining up on the grid. Fatch and Johnny were disqualified for a little coming together in that formation lap. So they've already lined up on the grid. As we watch the last drivers now at the back just take their spots. And then we will begin for the Tier 1 MRC race round 6 live from Azerbaijan.
I'll have a quick look around the midfield at the start.
Fantastic, we'll look at the front. Just waiting for everyone to settle. And there we are, the lights. 3, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go. Good start from Bradbury, good start as well from Fatch, side by side into turn 1. Fatch leads into turn 1, bit of a melee behind, but that means Jay Sarge has slipped underneath and takes third. Reese in fourth, Johnny in fifth. Got upside down, we'll have to go back to that one. I'd like to see that one come out, but that must be Genie, unfortunately. But Fatch is taken from Bradbury, and Jay Sarge up into third, Reese into fourth, Johnny in fifth. So a good start from Fatch on the inside line. Really hooked up the start, especially the second phase. And now leads this one here. Jay Sarge right on the back of Bradbury. Coming through, nowhere to pass. Tyres still a little bit cold. It'll take a little bit of time for them to warm up. We're going to look and see who starts on the medium tyres. Actually, Chris Bailey and Fox River on the hard compound tyres. They've had a good start between them. As a little bit sideways again from Bradbury. Looks like a little bit of glitching from him.
Bit of a risk from around here, running the hards this early, especially if there's an early safety car.
Yeah, it is. We're going to cut away from Bradbury. He seems to have a little bit of slow internet connection, so he is jumping side to side, but I assure you he is behind the wheel. He is in second place, and he has pulled away from Jay Sarge by it's now 6/10 of a second. I've got a little battle further down. Fox River may have had a little bit of a spin. He's dropping way down the order. As you mentioned, a bit of a risk with the hard tyres. That could be why he is dropping down. But at the end of lap 1, we have Fatch, who's going to take the lead. Jay Bradbury in second, Jay Sarge in third, Reese Wickham in fourth, Johnny in fifth. Fish is currently in 6th place. The slipstream very powerful. It's such a long straight here. I think is it over? Sorry. Yes, Fishers is in. Yes. So is Ball Boy as well. So wing damage there going on such a Fox River as well. He's pitting. So his strategy, unfortunately, of going really long on those hard tyres, potentially he could make a one-stop work. Unfortunately, that's going to throw a stick in the mud for him there.
Patience again around here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's a little bit of a timing glitch. Bradbury's dropped back into last. He's ghosted at the moment, so he's having a few connection issues. Hopefully not, and hopefully he will be back with us soon, because this is gearing up to be an absolute thriller here in Baku. As he's right on the back of Fatch through the castle section, takes a different line to Fatch. He goes deep through the middle part, and Bradbury goes very narrow, takes a lot tighter line. That'll free up the exit. It's very difficult now. We'll hopefully get that glitch sorted out as Bradbury hits the wall, but very difficult with this glitch, as we've mentioned, if he will have damage or not. Whereas there we go, Fatch goes very wide.
Oh, very squirrely out that penultimate turn.
Yeah, that's going to leave Jay Sarge right on the back of him. He'll see him glitching. He'll also see that he's ghosted, so he'll want to get past soon. Reese has had looks like he's had a bit of a moment.
Yeah, he has. I've just caught it when we were looking at Jay Sarge then.
I missed it myself, but that's allowed Johnny up past him. We're going to say fourth at the moment because, of course, we're not sure what's happened with Jay Bradbury's internet connection. Hopefully he'll be back with us, as we've mentioned.
Stringy all over the back of Nick BT as well.
Yeah, we're on board with that now. Womax has pitted, but these guys, Nick BT, Stringy, on the medium tyre, so it's a great start from them to be up where they are. So we're going to look at the position change. Both of them up 6 places. Zhao Medio up 11 places from the start. What a cracking start he's had. Up into 9th place. Ollie as well into the points, and Chris Bailey, he's up 7, so that's a really good start for these guys. And I do believe a lot of them are Chris Bailey on the hards as well, so that's a really positive move for him. Again, in his first race, we'll keep our eye on him. Currently 3 seconds off the back of Ollie Racing, but Kid Dynamite all over the back as well of him.
Clear himself up.
BT trying to keep it nice and neat, runs very wide. Both of them running really wide out of the castle section, trying to get the power down, keep as much speed as possible.
I'm going to be careful on those track limits there, boys.
Yeah, that's one of the very few places you can actually get them on this track. I think turn 1 and there are the main 2 points for track limits. But you can get away with it. There is times you can run wide. As there, Stringy B runs very wide. That's going to allow Nick BT to get the momentum and scamper away a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to hamper his... Because the problem is, if you lose momentum in that one corner, you're hampered for the rest of them down the straight then.
You'd have to be deploying a lot of airs. He is in the DRS, which is now activated. We're on the lap 4 already of 26. So that DRS just helped him keep in touch, but now we've got G-Stars in the pits.
Did he start on those softs?
He did. Did start on soft tyres.
Yeah, so that's a pretty standard sort of lap, I think, because I was having about 5 lap 6, I think, was my first pit stop in the race.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's he could potentially looking at using the undercut on that one, but he's Night Shadow's in as well. He's going onto the hard compound tyres, so he could be having maybe a little bit of wing damage as well. As we've mentioned, very easy to do. You don't have to have collision with anybody. It could just be a little mistake, clip a curb, carry a bit too much, even get a little bit of oversteer, and that could send you into a wall, clip the wall, and that will damage that wing. And around here, with the amount of how accurate you need to be, it's really going to hamper you.
I reckon, in my opinion, this place is just as difficult as Monaco.
I have to agree. Can't disagree with you there. I think it is. I think it's a higher speed Monaco is the best way to describe Baku. It's got all the tights and turns, the ever-present threat of the walls around the outside. No, there's only 1 or 2 places for runoff as well. And you're right, I think a very high-speed Monaco is the best way to describe it. Look on board, this is one of the closest, but we're going to nip to MTO. He's on the back of Almeida. He's MTO on the soft tyres, trying to close up, make use of them before the drop-off, as Jay Sarge is pitted from what would be... Well, I'm still going to call it third. I know it's second on our screens as MTO's also pitted. He's built on those softs. So now we're starting to see that first round of pit stops. Drivers using the medium tyres, so a 2-stop strategy for them.
I've been having a scan through a few drivers, and I don't want to put the fear of dread into someone straight away, but it'd be interesting to see who's underfueled the car here as well. Yeah,
it is. Yeah. Of course, yeah, you're right. The other threat of the safety cars. I think I finished on plus 4 or 5 laps of fuel, and I underfueled the car as well. So
I put an extra lap in, and I had about 5 laps.
Yeah, it's I think with a heavy brake, you can also lift and coast. There's plenty of opportunity to do the lift and coast. Yeah, and Grimmo, you've made the point on the comments. Thank you for your comment that said, yeah, you can overtake here. You're right. So that's another difference to Monaco. There are a couple of places to potentially overtake. Some place that we have seen drivers in the past try to overtake. Arzo Fatch has gone straight into the wall there. Just misjudged his braking. And that luckily hasn't caused wing damage, so it might have been more tyre. Chris Bailey, we're just seeing this. Thank you for that comment. Yeah, he's up into 10th place on those hard tyres, 5 seconds off Jeannie Reese Wickham right behind him on a fresh set of mediums. So we're going to nip down and look at that. Here we are on board with Reese right on the back of Chris. Yes, I tell you what, he took that curb well and just managed to kiss the wall tyre side, so well, got away with that one. But this is really hampering Reese, but he's already got the traction. He's already pulled up alongside very early. Wow, that was the difference in traction there. He'd lined that one up to get the switch back. However, that may just give us as a Red Bull there. That was Kid Dynamite.
Kid Dynamite, yeah.
But this is given There we are, we've seen it. Chris Bailey has got the DRS wide open, breezes past Rhys Wickham there. Gets that move done very early and braking heavy into turn. Runs a little bit deep, that could just be the hard tyres, but this has also allowed Rhys back up the inside. However, has he done it? Fishers is gone. So a great move, but again, as I was saying there, that move into turn 2 has allowed Chris the DRS, but Rhys really got that traction. He's now using those fresh medium tyres, the best. Little bit of a lock-up, that's off. That's put Chris off, but no damage, no harm there. Rhys on his way. Again, Rhys really locking up, really struggling with those cold tyres to get them up to temperature. We actually saw, Thatcher's actually pitted. We did see him kiss the wall. But now he has actually pitted and got rid of those tyres. And that was a Williams there sliding and hitting the wall. Looking by the way it was jumping, that could be Jay Bradbury. He was having a great race. So I know that Timon's put him back down into 20th. That may be something we'll have a look at later on. The stewards will take a look at and see if there is a glitch. Because looking at the movement of the car, trying to get back at Fatch, I don't think he thinks that has been ghosted, so he is fighting for position. He will see something different to all of these guys and ourselves.
Yeah, it's a lobby desync by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. However, now we've got this train of drivers. Genie, you would expect to go into the pit lane. However, Fatch in the slipstream will also get the DRS. From that, that's going to give Joni the DRS as well. Yes, we have seen Genie. He is now pitted. 5 laps on those soft tyres. Not a bad opening stint from him. Really moved him up the field.
I think Genie pitted lap 1, I think, so he had to go onto those again.
Right, anyways, now on to the mediums. Take those midway through the race. Yeah, I'm just looking at the timing screens that we're seeing here, and Bradbury there. He said it's 3 minutes 29 down.
Yeah,
that is definitely not right. So we're going to ignore where Bradbury is at the moment, and that's a shame because obviously that
Ferraris.
We're going to look. Yeah, we jumped up to that good spot. Shalmedia on behind Jay Sarge, or Jay Sarge, I should say, has taken Shalmedia.
I wonder if Mr. Bonotto's been on the radio.
Yeah, that could be strategy, because Jay Sarge has just pitted as well for fresh tyres. He's now going to be getting...
That's got to
hurry up. Yeah, and he's obviously Ofash had a slow pit stop as well, so now he's taken that position on track as well with a good gap of over 5 seconds. Nearly 6, actually, from Ofash between the two drivers, plus the other Ferrari, which could...
Jan Mader could help his teammate a lot here. If he stays out a little bit longer, he can, and if Ofax catches him, he could suddenly be found driving the world's widest Ferrari.
Yeah, he certainly could. We're going back on board with Chris Bailey, currently in 9th spot. Runs very wide out, that's what we call in the last turn, but this is now allowing G-Star to come up alongside into the very fast outside, backs out of it, rightly so around there. That is not a good place to overtake, but that's also allowed Ballboy to get the momentum. However, slipstream. It's the 3 wide. We can't look at this on board. We're trying to work out who we're going to look at there. There's a little bit of touch there. I think Ballboy and Chris came together a touch there, but Chris has actually bailed off those hard tyres. So that's more surprising. I think
Ballboy's car looks okay to me.
Yeah, he would have been surprised if, of course, Chris is pitting. He's putting the medium tyres on.
Could have been quite an accident then.
It could, you're right. But now we're going to go back to the action with Ballboy and G-Star. Very real close quarters. Ballboy, G-Star has pitted. Don't forget, he pitted early on. Actually, Ballboy, both of these guys pitted early in the race. One that we're going to keep our eye on further down is our own Night Shadow. He's currently in 16th on the hard compound tyres, the only one at the moment. A lot of the drivers have tried it, didn't like them, and have got off them pretty quickly. So only Night Shadow looking to go deep into this race. He is actually putting pressure on Wumax at the moment, who's on those soft tyres. 4 laps old, will be starting to feel them drop away as well.
Definitely. I think the softs were only going for about 6-7 laps, weren't they, for our race?
Yeah, maximum 6 laps I think they were forecast to go. I think we're tyre wear here. You know, of course, we've not had a safety car as yet. As J Sarge has taken Stringy B for second on the road.
DRS pass.
Good spot. Glad you were watching that, but we're sticking with Ball Boy on that, and he's here. Fatch is close right in the back of Almeida. So as you mentioned, let's see how the Ferrari man manages to defend against the Haas.
Yes,
this Ball Boy
probably going to start earning his money a bit.
but Ball Boy there with the DRS ran out of airs halfway down that straight. We saw the light flashing from the rear shot, so couldn't make that happen. But we're going to go back to Fatch. He is right on the rear wing of Almeida, almost there to tap him on the shoulder and say, "Hey buddy, I'm behind you, let me through." As Almeida goes very deep. That's going to allow Fatch to get the drive, which he hasn't. He has backed out of it there. Could have potentially got the drive out of that, but not enough with those medium tyres. It's not now. This is going to be single file through the castle section. Got to keep patient. As Bradbury's left the session, we said he had connection issues. Just posted the fastest lap of the race, but unfortunately has had connection issues. So he is now down.
Shame.
It is a big shame.
If I was Fatch now, I'd keep behind Maida till the start-finish straight.
Yeah, we've seen moves being done at this last corner, and then suddenly the repass. So let's see.
Well, Grimmer, we're not doing the commentator's curse, so that's why we've not mentioned it.
Yeah, there we go. Thatcher's pulled out. He's going to have the DRS as well, already alongside. And there we go, gets the job done even before the start-finish line. So nice, easy overtake there.
Come back, can he?
Yeah, he's trying to, he could potentially, but has he got the grip? Those tyres for Almeida are 6 laps older than the mediums that we've seen. Oh no, Fatch, he is now going to be chasing down Stringy B, trying to close that gap to J Sarge, who is also only 1.2 seconds behind.
Nick BT in the AlphaTauri.
As Womax is taking a Kid Dynamite now in the pits. So Chris Bailey's, he's come onto those medium tyres as we mentioned, so we're going to see how he gets back up the field. Obviously he was up in about 8th place before he pitted. As Nick BT goes very wide outside the castle section. This is allowing J Sarge only half a second. He's got the momentum here. He's going to be in the slipstream down this straight to line himself up, coming into the last couple of corners then into the DRS down the main straight. He popped out there just to wave in his wing mirrors, make himself known. I think Nick knows he's seasoned, is Nick, in MRC. He knows he's there. He can feel the pressure of J Sarge breathing down his neck. And to keep it nice and neat through there, very easy to lose the rear end with the dirty air, but no such issues for Nick or J Sarge. And now getting in the slipstream, Nick trying to weave a little bit, trying to get out, but no such luck as J Sarge. Now we've seen the overspeed from J Sarge. There he is, moves it to the inside, makes that pass under DRS on the break into turn 1. Great clean move, but now Nick, let's see if he's going to have the pace and the traction out of turn 2 as they both miss the apex. A little bit squirrely for Nick BT, but he's going to have the DRS now to try to get back, but no such. He just doesn't have that straight line speed and the traction out of turn 2 that the Ferrari does on a lot fresher tyres. And now J Sarge leads this Grand Prix, lap 11 out of 26. So really good moves as G-Star makes the move on Ball Boy for 9th and 10th. They've been battling for a little while.
Slayer's past Fox River as well, but oh, Slayer's gone. He's done a Hamilton.
Oh, he's gone straight on in turn 1. I have to work out what you meant then. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
There's Ball Boy and G-Star there. That's allowed Genie to just go, thank you very much. I will take that. That's a nice, the easiest overtake Genie will have for a while.
Genie, the ultimate opportunist.
Certainly was. And now on the back of Ball Boy, who'll probably be a little bit rattled himself from that, as well as G-Star. Yeah. G-Star's going to go on and get on the back of these two.
Another flag.
Sector 1. That's happened at turn 2, I think it was. I think Slayer's had another little incident somewhere. But we're going to
Yeah,
stick on board with these guys. Oh, Thatch has closed that gap to Stringy B. That's only 7/10 of a second.
Oh, Thatcher's got to get through these two cars now. He's losing so much time to J-Sard.
We do. Just to answer the comment before we run to the DRS that Genie's going to have to Tanguy, thanks for your comment. Bradbury unfortunately left the session, had a few internet connection issues. He was running in second place from qualifying on pole, but unfortunately they had a timing glitch which moved him to the back of the field even though he wasn't actually there. And unfortunately internet connection issues, he has left the session as Genie makes the move to the to 8th place under DRS. Stuck to the outside. Ballboy did move to the inside, but didn't go. Gone. He has. He has passed him. I think they're battling actually. Anyway, oh, Johnny's taken Stringy B as well. So what's happened with O'Fatch?
Reese is all over the back of him now as well.
Yeah. May have had a little coming together, or someone outbraked themselves, and
I think O'Fatch may have some damage. He's not. That car's looking a little bit understeery.
yeah, we're just going to ride on board and see if we get another shot of it. Stringy's got front wing damage a little bit on the end of the end plate of his car. That's allowed. Reese, wow, what an opportunistic move from Reese. That is actually flat out, but very good driving from there. And he's actually going to have a look at going down into the inside of the last corner on Stringy B. Makes that move. Stringy B really struggling now with his front wing. His tyres also 11 laps also. Looking at a side-by-side between the two Haas drivers. Hopefully no contact was made. But yeah, we could see there Stringy B really struggling with the front end of that Haas. But now O'Fatch chasing down Reese. He's going to have the DRS. And he's going to try and get closer. He is, there he is. Stringy B has jumped into the pit. He's had enough of those mediums. As Nick BT's pitted, he's gone on to the hards. So you could take those to the end very easily.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wing change as well, as you said. Hards for Stringy as well.
Yeah, looking at the one stop, but now we're on board with O'Fatch. Moves to the outside into turn 3. Side by side. Reese doesn't give up these ones up lightly, but they're still side by side. Going into turn 4. This is so exciting. This is fantastic. Are they going to leave each other room? Steady, boys. Little bit of contact, but Reese manages to keep the position. Maybe a little bit of grip loss there for O'Fatch where that little contact with the side pod was made. MGO was having a strong race. He was in 8th. That's allowed G-Star past.
This battle for 6th, 7th and 8th is helping up quite nicely as well, because we've got Genie's Alpine versus the Aston of Chris versus G-Star.
Yep, Genie on those much fresher mediums as well on that Alpine for Genie.
This could be quite tasty going down into turn 1.
Yeah, it's going to be 3 abreast again. I feel that coming. As long as Ballboy and G-Star can keep well within that 1 second window just to allow themselves plenty of time to make that move.
Just don't trip over each other's front wings.
Yeah, exactly that. As we turn into the start of sector 3, we're still going to call it the last corner.
It's the last proper corner on the circuit, definitely.
Yeah, it's last braking zone, we'll call it. I think that's the best one to call that.
Yeah, that sounds more accurate.
Yeah, but actually, no, Rob got a good drive out of there, so he's managed to keep the gap at 7/10. That could be. Oh, Thatch is pitted now.
Pitted.
Yep.
He must be wing down. Let's have a look.
Yeah, there we go. We're on board with Ballboy and G-Star. They're both so far back from each other. There was an opportunity as G-Star outbraked himself and hit the wall. That has to be heavy wing damage from G-Star. And he was having a good run, but Genie managed to defend. A lot of airs was used. He's already flashing his ERS button. Has Fat just come out ahead of G-Star, or is it...
Yeah, he passed him. He nearly just wiped his front wing off.
Wow. So Fatch now on his way with 12 laps left. Can take those medium tyres all the way to the end. Lighter fuel. Hopefully have a little bit less tyre wear as well to go with. But we're still going to stick with this battle with Genie and Ballboy for 5th and 6th place. Both drivers needing to pit again. Only driver, I would say, in the top 10 other than Halmedia is going to be Nick BT. He's pitted for the hard tyres, which will take him to the end. We did see, actually, Stu, he took the mediums. They fell off towards the end, but he took a really good gamble and tried to take those mediums, about 16, 17 laps. Nearly paid off for him. So, looking at Genie, 6 laps, 10, 11 to go. That'll be 17, 18 laps. If you do decide to pit, you can stuff on the set of softs and absolutely hammer those to the end.
How long is the pit lane here, looking at times?
I don't think it's too bad, to be honest, because it could be between turn 1 and 2, and it's a very quick entrance. But we're on board here with O'Fatch, who's right on the back of Ballboy. He has caught them at a rate of knots, already pulls out and gets even before TRS is open, makes that move. He is going to be on a charge. He knows J Sarge needs to pit again. He is going to be using those fresh medium tyres to the best of their ability, and his as well. He's going to be right on the back already. Another DRS zone. See in that rear view mirror, the view that we're on, the DRS wide open. Genie flashing his ERS light. He's using it all down that main straight to minimise that DRS effect. But that's not going to help him through this middle stages with O'Fatch. So much more traction. A lot fresher tyres all over the rear wing of Genie. There's Night Shadows pitted to the mediums. Ollie Racing's on the hards. They'll both be going to the end now.
I was asking about with the pit lane, because I'm just going to keep an eye on Nick BT, because if he keeps that gap around the early 20 seconds, Sarge, going to be interesting with the front three, see what they do with the pit stops.
Yeah, now, just looking at that, thinking of how long you could potentially take a set of softs. There's 10 laps. Oh, as we mentioned, J Sarge dives into the pits.
He's gone in.
So, our race leader and championship leader dives into the pits, has taken 10 laps on those mediums. He's taken on the mediums again to take them to the end. Reese goes past. The question is, where is Nick BT? We're just going to jump on board with this. Sorry, folks. I know we've got the battle behind with Genie and Fatch, but there is J Sarge, comes out ahead, and now O'Fatch under the DRS makes that move on Genie as expected with the overspeed.
Didn't fight that. He knows it's not his race to fight.
Yeah, he will have to pit again as well. Still plenty of points on offer for Genie and Ballboy as well. Ballboy 13 laps on those mediums, MTO 10 laps, so we're looking at the pit stop window for those two guys. And our top two currently, but J Sarge right on the back already.
Contact
of Reese.
Ballboy's gone to the wall a bit.
That'll hamper his charge on Genie. Those tyres 13 laps old there for Ballboy, so he's definitely going to be looking at boxing, I would say, in this lap or so.
Yeah, both the Astons are very similar tyre life.
Yeah. J Sarge well within the DRS window now of Reese. He's going to get better traction out of that last turn once he's got them up to temperature.
You can see the tyre life difference.
You can, and now in the slipstream already. ARS light flashing for Reese. He's used it very early throughout this lap, but there we are. Reese actually pits, so does Ujoni. J Sarge takes the lead yet again. Got the move under DRS, but actually didn't need to. That's just actually helped his progress massively. Now Nick BT comes out in second place as well, ahead of Ujoni, ahead of Reese. They're both going to be on the medium tyres. However, and Fatch has taken them.
It's worked out nicely for him.
It has. Reese has taken a bit while in the pits. I don't know if you may have seen if he had a wing change at all.
I did not see, but I don't know. Don't think I've seen anyone have a 5-second penalty.
No penalties in this race so far. No penalties. Only Ifish is unfortunate with that retirement. And Jay Bradbury unfortunately left with poor internet connection issues, which is a shame because he was had so much pace as well.
Very quick.
Would have really put the fight to Jay Sarge no Fatch in this race, but as it goes, it's now Nick BT up into second place. He is actually up 9 spots from his grid position and can go to the end. What we're going to do is keep an eye on that gap with Fatch. We did see him on a charge and on a mission early on, so we'll keep an eye on that as his medium tyres come in to play one-stop strategy. This could be very interesting to see how this goes. Other drivers on one-stop. Genie as well will have to pit again. He is on those mediums, 9 laps old. If we're looking to take them a little bit further, and then potentially there's a yellow in sector 1.
Slayer.
And Jay Sarze, a bit of clean air, pops in a 1:41.0.
Wow.
I think that was quicker than my qualifying time. I'm not going to lie. On lap 18 of this race, and he got quicker than half of the T2 qualifying times. That's quick.
I don't know whether it was quicker than mine or not. I can't remember what my time was. Well, to be honest, I don't think I want to really remember that much about that race.
No, we'll skip that.
Yeah,
MTO pits from 7th. Yeah, we'll ignore it. Yeah. As jumping on board with Genie and Reese. I'm not sure if Reese has just come out the pits, but Genie all over the back with the DRS.
Reese pitted, I think, the lap before.
So he's on fresh tyres.
Fresh mediums. 10 lap difference.
Genie, as we mentioned, will have to pit. That should bring him out about 10th, 11th spot. But if he can take those tyres a couple more laps, there's potentially could, if he's got a spare set of softs, he could potentially take them 6 laps to the end with low fuel.
That'll be an interesting last couple of laps. Mr. Genie is always known for keeping a couple of extra tricks up his sleeve, just to be sure.
He certainly is, and I think we've missed a moment for Nick BT because there was a big gap. There was at least 3 or 4 seconds that he's lost, not just to Jay Sarge, but Fatch as well. We saw that at 4.8, and now only 1.9 seconds between the two drivers, between Nick BT in the AlphaTauri and Fatch in the Haas. With Joni still only 1.6 back, looking to make a little bit of headway and stick his nose in. Outside of DRS this lap, but you'd imagine the way that these guys are closing now, Joni seems to be a little bit more pace than Fatch, so you'll see how they get on next time around if the DRS will kick in. As Ball Boy takes that 9th spot from Fox River 8. Fox River 15 laps on those medium tyres. He will need to pit soon as well, but again, maybe these drivers are trying to stretch them just that little bit more to be able to put on those soft tyres at the end. Fatch now close right on the back. Nick struggling a little bit with the outright pace under those hard tyres. A little bit of a tap there from Fatch. Just caught out a little bit, I think, on the braking there of Nick BT, who hasn't got the confidence with those hards at the moment. As Ollie now gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings running wide, I'd imagine there. For the first one we've seen. Those hard tyres. Just it is. It's boiling over to be an exciting little battle. Don't forget, Fatch Ujoni in the championship hunt. Ujoni in 3rd, trying to close that gap to the top 2. Fatch doesn't want to give Jay Sarge any more points than he needs. Of course, that gap 14 points. Jay Sarge could be 17.5 seconds on the road, but Fatch only 3/10 further back. That is going to open the DRS right now. There we go. You can see the wing. Joni's going to have it as well, like a double DRS. There we go. Makes a move. Goes to the outside of Nick BT. Has the racing line. Makes the braking for that. And now we're going to have Joni's gone up the inside of Nick BT. But the side-by-side now going into turn 2. Not sure who's slightly ahead. But Joni pushes, leaves room, which is really nicely done. But they both now got DRS down the straight. Is Nick BT going to be able to get in the slipstream? Both with their slight flashing, using a lot of that power. Can't do it, Nick BT. Concedes that place now to O'Johnny. And as it currently stands, ladies and gents, the top three in the championship currently occupying 1, 2 and 3 on the road. As Womax unfortunately left the session. That's a DNF. Not sure where that might be.
Quits in the pits.
That's a shame.
But I think with these Journey and Thatcher, I think they're gonna have to.
Oh, Sir Thatcher spun. Thatcher spun in the castle section. That first stage, he's lost it. That is a horrible place to spin. As he's having to actually reverse out of the castle section to be able to then get the car spun round. That's cost him so many seconds. That is so many places. Now down to 6. His tyres are going to be cooked.
Yeah.
That is so unlucky. Because he was having a really good race. He was under pressure from O'Johnny, but had so much pace as well. So that was really going to be a great battle that was brewing, but unfortunately didn't get to see it. Now Reese on the back of Nick, who unfortunately is not having a good time with those hard tyres. Not a good race tyre. But now Reese with the DRS wide open, moves to the inside early, gets that move done, can move back onto the racing line for the braking zone, and there we are into turn 1. Now he's going to look to chase down O'Johnny, who suddenly finds himself in second place. Let's have a look at the position change. There we are. Genie still out on his tyres. He's currently in 5th. He is definitely looking now, either hopefully, potentially take it to the end with those.
I think Genie's praying for one thing and one thing only.
Yeah, certainly is, but we're not going to say it. We're not going to say what it is. We're not going to do that curse.
I'm not Carl.
Nip down. We've done too many curses ourselves, so we're not going to say it. We'll leave it up to the other guys if we can tonight. As Almadian Ball Boy now a big battle for 7th and 8th as the Ball Boy got a little bit of traction there, but couldn't make it stick. Let's have a look.
Oh, that's going to be a very risky place.
Oh wow, that's a very tight place to go. But Almeida on the hard tyres hasn't got that grip like we're seeing with Nick BT. Ball Boy 3 laps on those mediums. He is going to have so much more grip. He's going to have so much more confidence as well. As you can see, he's trying to get past in any place possible. Stringy B retired from 12th. Oh, that's so unlucky. He was on the fringes of the points. There we are. Safety car is out, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that wasn't us. But let's just have a look and see if Genie now he's on.
Kill us all now, guys. You can kill us all now.
Yeah,
no,
we'll take.
Not all of us, me. Just me. Reese is pitted.
Reese, Nick is also pitted. We're going to look at Rob's going to pit as well. Genie as well. He is going to take that chance and pit.
How are they going on? The Reds. Reese is on softs.
Patch is going to pit as well. Obviously, he had that spin and cooked it a little bit. So, Johnny missed it. Say J Sarge, they're going to stick out and pray that you're only going to get maybe 2 laps of racing. I think it's the only sensible thing. Speeding the pit lane for Almeida. That's so unlucky. He was racing well in 7th.
But this will be the key thing now. When is the safety car going to come in? Because we might not get DRS again.
Yep, but that is potentially you're right there. I just want to make a mention. I just saw it on the left-hand side. Kid Dynamite gets a penalty for speeding, but Fox was right there in 11th spot. Just pitted. He just done 19 laps on those medium tyres, so that is a fantastic achievement from him. So really well done to get himself up where he has. So that's a great effort from Fox River.
The Checo Perez award for the day.
Yeah, definitely.
Just replying back to the comment by Ryan Barber. I'm sorry, it was not intentional. So who's going to benefit out of this safety car then?
Reese's looked quick. Nick's looked very quick early on. I think Genie as well. I think it depends how many laps J Sarge has pitted. But it was a free pit stop. He was 20 seconds ahead of O'Johnny, so that is a free stop just before he catches up with the safety car. So you can't knock him for that. But Ujoni, is he going to pit? He's coming down the start-finish straight. He does.
No,
he's pitted as well.
Yeah. Oh, nearly went into the wall.
Wow, that was nearly hot. Nearly very hot. But again, that was a 20-odd second gap. So, Reese is just on the start-finish straight now. Ujoni just in the pit box.
These guys still be driving in the Delta as well.
Yeah, but... Yeah, Ujoni, there he is. He was at the end of the pit lane, so he's out. That's him. First and second. So, status quo as you were. All the top drivers there taking a pit stop. All on fresh rubber for the end of the race. MTO, he's sticking out on the medium tyres, actually.
Yes, it might not be a bad decision to do, actually, thinking about it.
Yeah, because he's got Orfatch on the fresh softs, so let's say hypothetically, because we don't know what's going to happen, if Orfatch does get him with those fresh tyres, G-Star's got 7-lap mediums, he hasn't pitted. Halmedia, Ballboy and Fox River on those softs. So MTO, if he gets a good getaway from the safety car, doesn't get held up with any battling ahead or gets caught up battling with Orfatch, he could be on that, and his tyre's only 4 laps old. He'll still be in a good window.
Definitely, but
well, we're definitely going to have another lap at least of the safety car. I think it's the Slay there, going down the pit straight.
Yeah, MTO's saving grace is going to be he's going to still have a bit of built-up heat in those tyres compared to everyone else around him.
Exactly. So the only drivers who haven't pitted currently under the safety car phase is MTO, as we mentioned there, G-Star Snipes and Chris Bailey, but they've only recently pitted themselves, so there's plenty of life in those mediums. They're in close battles and close quarters with the drivers, so if they feel, well, there's no point, they're going to lose too much with other drivers pitting, might as well take the risk. You never know what's going to happen, especially at the safety car restart. So the Slayer and Ollie Racing, they are middle of sector 2, going into the castle section now. Of course, driving to a Delta, but actually this part is where they will really catch up, because the safety car doesn't go on corners like an F1 car, as we all know. It is a lot slower, so...
That's much aerodynamics.
Yeah, exactly. Or power.
That is true. A little bit heavier as well.
Yeah, very much so.
Very impressive power to weight ratio these things have got.
Yeah. One thing that I've not realised before in this game, I don't know if anyone else has, is one of the useless facts. You can actually hear, I was on board there with Jay Sarge, because you're in such close quarters on this track, when the safety car goes past, you actually hear the safety car engine.
I believe it would be a V8, I think, isn't that?
It is. It is.
Mercedes.
A lot different engine note to the F1 cars, so that was a useless factor of the day, folks. Coys have done something that's quite a bit gimmicky, so there we go.
Yeah. Tune in 2 weeks, you might have another one.
Exactly. I'm just thinking, is the safety car going to pit this lap? We've still got Ollie. They're going up to turn 3 now. Oh, Jay Sarge's little collision with Johnny under the safety car. So, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, what happened there?
I didn't see. I mean, we were on with Jay Sarge, but that camera was too far back. Maybe Johnny just got a little bit happy on the throttle pedal as the safety car goes in. The drivers at the back are close enough for them to allow it to happen, but we're going to have 2 full laps of racing now as Jay Sarge takes over safety car duty, getting that last bit of heat into his tyres.
Oh, I don't envy the stewards tonight.
No, I don't. Oh wait, I am one. Right, there we go. He's gone early. There we go. Jay Sarge moves, takes that jump as Reese actually has got a great move with Nick BT. Nick BT already racing right alongside. This is going to be a big straight drag. Who can brake later? Who is bravest? As Reese keeps that place on the inside. Ujoni takes a little bit wider line, goes a little bit wider in turn 1, but sees he's under pressure from Reese, who does have good pace around here. We've seen it earlier, gets a little bit squibbly. Reese coming out of turn 2. But Johnny unfortunately can't attack J Sarge with defending from Reese, and also Nick right behind G-Star and MTO. So Almedia's had a bit of an issue there. He's jumped back places. Chris Bailey up from what we was 12.
Bit of a traffic jam, turn 3. Oh, there's been a crash.
Oh, we didn't see it, but we're going to have to cut away from the leads just to see what's happening, see if anyone's got damage. Ollie Night Shadow. It's Dynamite and it's Bald Boy. Bald Boy was up there in 8th. Has he got wing damage? He doesn't have wing damage, so I'm not sure what's happened. But the big winner, that Chris Bailey's jumped back down to 11th. I think Almedia's got him back. D-Star and empty. Yeah, we're going to cut back to that, but we've also got Reese and Nick. Let's have a quick look and see. This is battles all the way through the top 10 as the closing stages of this Tier 1 race in MRC. We've had a lot of action throughout, a lot of really good overtakes. Only one safety car. Now it's gone and refueled after the amount of it when it was out in Tier 2. But now we've got
I don't want to see the fuel bill tonight.
No, definitely not. But Fatch is right on Genie. He's already pulled out before the DRS gets open. Genie's going to be using every little bit of his earth to try to keep ahead, and it's nip and tuck in the braking zone. Fatch decides to cut back, but he's cut back to the inside and makes the move. What a really good bit of racing between those two. Really clean, really good decisive movement and overtaking. But that's given Genie. We haven't got DRS, of course. Sorry, apologies. We don't have DRS because of the safety car. So that is it for DRS for this race. As we're on the last lap. Sorry, I got a bit excited myself then. No. Forgot the rule book.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Throw the rule book out the window.
we make it up as you go along.
Yeah, why not?
Well,
I'm taking tips from Gav. Actually, battle for the lead. We haven't got long left, but Ojoni is close, right onto J Sarge. Less than a second between them. Of course, they have got the 5-second penalties for safety car. I know the stewards will be looking at that after the race, but that will look at that later, and we'll update you in due course. But here we are, one turn left. Got to think that J Sarge has got this one in the bag. Not the strongest qualifying session for J Sarge, but he's really pushed and he's had a really good race. He's up 3 from his starting 4th. Up now, comes through the last turn. Straight run to the line. Ujoni will try to keep the slipstream. You'll know it's done. Foot flat to the floor, and J Sarge takes another victory as, well, they'll actually get another 5-second P for an unserved penalty. That's a bit strange. We'll have to look at that one again. The stewards will look at that. But Ujoni, J Sarge finished 1 and 2 on the road. Nick finished 3rd on the road. Takes the win from that with the unserved penalties. Nick BT, what a race from him. He's in 2nd, and we'll come back to the rest because a little bit unsure of how those penalties kicked in, to be honest.
No, I didn't see any contact myself.
No, we didn't see they got 5 seconds under the safety car, but that wasn't a drive-through, so then they get an extra 5 seconds for not serving. Don't know. We'll look at that. We will see what happens in the stewards' room. But as it stands, yeah, just the 5 seconds. Just the 5.
Yes.
So Reese Wickham takes the win through after penalties. Nick BT takes 2nd. Great race from him, starting from 11th. Fatch in 3rd. J Sarge, Ujoni 4th and 5th. 1 and 2 on the road. I'm sure the stewards will look at those 5 seconds as well. Genie takes 6th. Great race from 16th. Really did a really long stint on that medium tyre. MTO takes 7th. G-Star in 8th. Fox River, good points from him. And Chris Bailey, big note to mention there. First race debut, takes the final point for the Alpine team. Really good race from him. He'll be really happy with that. Dynamite takes 11th. Jalmedia from last on the grid takes 12th. Night Shadow takes 13th. Ollie Racing 14th. Ballboy in 15th. The Slayer in 16th. Bradbury pole sitter DNF'd, but was classified as 17th to connection issues for him. 3 retirements: Stringy B, Woomax, and I Fishers. Great race. Really good race.
Exceptional.
It was. It was really good racing. A lot of good overtakes there from all the drivers. So enjoyed that one.
These are the top guys.
Yeah, very much so. But there we have it. Round 6 from the MRC Season 5 in Azerbaijan. That will leave us from Tier 1 tonight. Join us on Wednesday evening, where we have the Tier 3 guys. They're a really close championship as well. These guys have got a name for clean racing. Let's hope they keep it, and we're really looking forward to that. Join myself and Morgan in the commentary box live from 7:30 UK time. We'll look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much, Andrew.
No worries. Thanks again for having me.
Very welcome. So you'll see me in 2 weeks' time. Next week, Andrew will be joined by, of course, Jacob will be back in the box. I think we're at Austria next week.
I believe it's Canada, actually.
Oh, is it Canada? Canada, sorry. I missed a race out. So, yeah, join us from Canada. And we'll look forward.
I need to check the calendar again.
Well, we will be somewhere else. We're not going to be here. A little bit more open, a little bit quick. So thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We look forward to seeing you next week. If you don't see us on Wednesday, we'll see you next Monday. Thanks very much, everybody. Good night.
Take care, guys. Keep safe.